Okay, hello. This is Professor Ekstrand. I am sorry that I can't be with you now, but at least face to face. I am, though, looking forward to meeting with you virtually using Zoom and also to be communicating with you via email for the coming weeks. Um, in this first little video presentation, I wanted to help familiarize you with Zoom. So the first thing you need to do if you haven't already is go to zoom.us, download Zoom, install it on your computer. Or if you're using a mobile device, you can also download an app, or additionally, you can download an app to whatever devices you are using most to learn with in the coming weeks. Once you do that, it would also be a good idea, if you haven't already, to download Google Chrome. Zoom, which is a video conferencing platform, works best on Chrome, I have found. Um, and also, if you haven't already, to download and install the Campus VPN. I encourage you to use the VPN while you are doing schoolwork, at least remotely. Once you've done those things, then you'll be able to start conferencing with me in Zoom. So the first thing I'd like to show you is how you will um, log into Zoom using Canvas. I will also show you how to access a Zoom meeting using Google Calendar from an email invitation. Um, but we'll begin with I'm sorry, we'll begin with Canvas. So first, just log into Canvas using your Wake Forest credentials. You'll see your dashboard as normal. You'll click on our course, um, and you'll see on the left-hand side, there is a new item in the navigation bar called Zoom. You can click on that and you will see a page that looks like this. And you'll see that I have scheduled office hours on Zoom through the end of the semester. In my email, I describe office hours to you, how we'll be using them for the remainder of the semester. These are not required sessions, they're completely optional. They are a space for you to drop in. You don't need an appointment. You don't need to stay the whole time, but you can drop in as you would like to ask individual questions about writing in process or about the course. Or maybe you just want to come in while you do some writing for the class and just have me there to answer questions as they come up. That would be a totally fine use of an office hours session. Know that there'll be other students in the office hours session with you, but they will be students in either one of my Writing 111 sections. So even if you don't recognize all the students, they will still be maybe asking questions that will be helpful for you to hear because they're in another section of the same course. So if you were, say, to want to join the first office hours session, which will take place at 2 p.m. on this coming Monday, March 23rd, all you would need to do after downloading Zoom is click the join button, and then you'll be redirected to a launch page. And while you can't see it here, there'll be a prompt that will say something like open Zoom, and then you'll be prompted to join the meeting session. I'm not going to do that now as I'm recording on Zoom, and I might make Zoom explode if I tried to do that. Um, but that's how you will join a Zoom session for office hours specifically. Individual conferences, one-on-one with me, will be handled in a slightly different way. The reason for that is that any Zoom meeting I put here in Canvas will be accessible to anyone and things like our grading conferences or any other individual meetings you might want to have with me should be one-on-one, and we wouldn't want anyone to accidentally join a session in the middle of, say, a grading conference. So the way we'll handle those are through grading conferences specifically are through Google Calendar. So you'll see this is my Google Calendar. Um, I've had to cancel, as you already know, grading conferences that were to take place last week when classes were canceled. But I've kept all of the grading conferences that were scheduled before spring break for the upcoming week of Monday, March 23rd through the 27th. If you need to make a change to that grading conference that might already have been scheduled, that's fine. Just cancel the grading conference, go back to that invite invitation, click no. It will cancel the grading conference, and you can either schedule an available grading conference for another spot in the next week, the following week, I should say, starting on March 30th, Monday, March 30th. Or email me to set up an individual conference time for us to complete the grading conference. But say again, you're a student who has already scheduled a grading conference for the week of the 23rd, and you have it on your Google Calendar and you use Google Calendar regularly, all you would have to do is find that event. The first one happens to be Jin Wen, who's in my morning section of Writing 111, section C. And all you'd have to do is click this join Zoom button. And again, you'll be redirected to that same launch page. You'll be prompted to open Zoom, and you'll be prompted to join the meeting, and I will meet you in there. Say though that you are a student who's already scheduled a grading conference with me for the week of the 23rd through the 27th, but you don't use Google Calendar regularly. In that case, you should find the old invitation from me for the Google meeting. And you'll see that there is should be a link that says join Zoom meeting. That would be the same link that you would find if you were to use the join Zoom button meeting. You'll see there's a direct URL there. That's the same URL that you would find here in this email. If you've lost this email, you can email me directly and I can give you this direct URL that way. Okay, lastly, if you are a student whose conference I had to cancel because classes were canceled last week, you'll need to register for a new grading conference. You'll do that using the same Google Scheduler link that you can find at the bottom of any one of my emails, and that I've also linked directly in the email I sent you where you're accessing this video. Note that this coming week, March 22nd through the 27th, there are no grading conferences. You won't see any of these blue buttons that are, sorry, these blue areas that are filled with grading conferences, but you will likely see some gray buttons that say lower division advising. Please do not book a grading conference during my lower division advising sessions. I want those to be specifically for my advisees. Note also that office hours are not available. Those open office hour sessions are not available through my scheduler. You'll have to go through Canvas to get to those. But if you scroll to the next week, you'll see that there are new grading conference appointments available. What I'd like you to do is to find one of those during the week of March 29th through April 4th. You would click on that gray box just like normal, but note that this time in the description section, usually in the past, those were completely blank. you'll have a Zoom meeting ID. And when you save this, it will send you an email invitation just like normal. And again, you'll be able to find that same Zoom invitation here in that email. Please keep that email for reference so that when it comes time to join me for that that Zoom conference, you can just go to the Google Calendar event invitation, click that Zoom link, and again, it will take you to the login page. It will prompt you to open Zoom and will prompt you to join me in the meeting. Okay, I believe that's everything I need to tell you about Zoom. Um, it will become more and more familiar to you. I'm in my office, by the way. Uh, you'll be seeing a lot of me here in the coming weeks. You might also hear my dog Ella bark in the background. You might even get a glimpse of her. Um, so if you do, Zoom will become more familiar to you as the more you use it. It's again a fairly easy platform to learn, but the first time or two there might be some glitches. Don't stress, we'll work through them. You won't be punished for any technological difficulties that you may have. Um, uh, we have been experiencing some lag times with Zoom. That's for a couple of different reasons. One, internet providers are feeling some strain because there's a lot more traffic as um, commerce and education across the country and across the world moves online. Also, these platforms like Zoom are also experiencing increased traffic that they weren't expecting and are struggling to keep up with that. So if we experience some lags during our Zoom conferences, we'll just have to roll with it. That's just part of the reality of this remote learning tool. If you do have questions for me, always know you can email me. And I am trying to respond quickly to emails as they come in each day. But that's it for Zoom. And thanks very much for watching and listening. And I'll be looking forward to talking with you soon. All right. Thanks very much.